Take it away.
Hi everybody. Today we are going to talk about Netflix. I'm sure you've all heard of Netflix or used Netflix before. We're going to tell you about the evolution of Netflix and some of their competitors today. Enjoy!
Okay, so I will speak about the story of Netflix. I'm start with a discredited story that Hastings have the idea to create Netflix after Blockbuster charge him $40 fee late to return late Apollo 13. Netflix, true or not this story, Netflix was founded in August 29, 1997 by Red Hastings and Mark Randolph in California to use internet to rent movies on DVD. But was launched on April 14 with only 30 employees and 925 DVDs to use, like the first rental and sale site. Netflix adopt a monthly subscription, and initially they offer 7 days for $4 plus $2 shipping, and the option of a 30% discount to the people who want to purchase the DVD. And in the same year, they start to offer a marketing program which permit to the members to pay $15.95 and rent 4 pre-selected DVDs, not late fees and free shipping, and the option to rent more DVDs each time they return one. In 2000, Netflix introduced Cinematch. It was a video recommendation system which compared the rental partners between the customers and look at the similarities in taste and use this information to recommend titles to people with similar profiles. In 2007, Netflix introduced streaming to permit to watch movies and TV shows on their personal computers. In 2008, they made the negotiation with Xbox, PlayStation, and set-top boxes to stream on them. And 2009, in the internet connected device, and 2010 with all the Apple products and Nintendo Wii. Actually, Netflix have more of the 3,500 employees, and they stream in all the world, as China, Syria, and North Korea. And Hastings said is still to he wants to stream on China, but the rest of the section is not possible because they use SAE laws. Yeah.
Hello everyone, I'm going to talk about how Netflix defeated their rival Blockbuster. As you heard from Lena, Reed Hastings, dismayed by late fees, decided to found a new company, Netflix. Although the story is fiction, it gave a good example to the business model, which included no late fees. Netflix was accessed through the internet, whereas Blockbuster used the more traditional bricks and mortar. This meant for those who are lazy, they could just sit at home, go on their laptop or whatever, and do it on there rather than having to drive to the shop. In 1999, Netflix launched the subscription service, while Blockbuster was still on pay-per-view. This arrangement was better for higher volume users, as the users would have one flat fee, which means that the cost per title would be less when you hired more films. A year later, a partnership was offered between Netflix and Blockbuster for $50 million. In this partnership, Netflix would run the online profile of Blockbuster, and in return, Blockbuster would advertise Netflix in their stores. This offer, however, as you all might know, it was rejected. By 2004, Blockbuster had realised what was going on with Netflix and decided to make their own changes. A couple of changes here. And this included launching Blockbuster Online. Here is an advertisement of Blockbuster's advertising the main differences between
Netflix increased prices by 60%, but they're not the only game in town. Say hello to Blockbuster. They deliver movies right to your mailbox, too. Lots of movies, unlimited movies. Blockbuster offers lots of new releases weeks before Netflix or even Redbox. Plus, Blockbuster has Blu-ray and games at no extra charge. But only Blockbuster lets you exchange your movies instantly at any one of our stores. And you get all of this for under $10 a month. So say hello to Blockbuster again.
the launch of Blockbuster Online.
Netflix increased prices. Netflix increased prices by 60%, but they're not the only. Netflix increased prices.
Sorry about this, guys. The launch of Blockbuster Online cost the business millions, which actually decreased their revenue as well, because they got rid of the late fees, which were responsible for 20% of the profit. Following this, investors decided to fire the CEO, who was responsible for all of this, and change all of his, return all of his changes back to how it was. And this would prove to be a great mistake. The final knock to Blockbuster was in 2007, when Netflix launched the streaming service, which obviously Blockbuster didn't have. So they lost a lot of customers to that, because a lot of people prefer using that in their living room instead. By 2010, Blockbuster was bankrupt. Today, Blockbuster only has 12 stores, 9 of which are in Alaska. This is because of the internet. The other 4 are in Texas. On the other hand, Netflix was able to adapt and is now worth $72 billion.
Who here still enjoys Disney sometimes? Well, you might know or you might not know, but Disney is splitting from Netflix. They're creating their own streaming service called Disney Live.
They got it.
Don't listen.
The beginning and the end.
Oh, sorry.
And it was decided by a guy called Bobby Vick. He's a Disney CEO, and he stated, and I quote, "The beginning of what will be an entirely new growth strategy." Disney obviously clearly has an objective to gain more income from its own movies and series, something that they think they are capable of doing. Okay, will it affect the audience? It really depends on the person who owns the Netflix from their perspective. The move won't happen until 2019, so for any Marvel fans that are worried about the original shows going off, you'll still have shows like Jessica Jones, The Defenders, and Daredevil still showing. But sadly, you'll have other movies like Moana and Rogue One and Doctor Strange. Sadly expecting to leave. The arguments against the split. Netflix has around more than 100 million subscribers, so some people might not want to pay for another streaming service like Disney Live and then have Netflix on the side. Some people might not want to do that, so it'd obviously be easier if Disney did stay, so everyone would have something on much one place. No changes. When Netflix fell around like 3% during the after hours tradings, in fears that it wouldn't really offer as much as value as soon as Disney left, which is quite silly because obviously they've only been together for like around like a year, so it's quite shocking to kind of see the difference. They were around when we were. And the next big move is sadly they're parting, but they are deciding to pick themselves up, and they announced that they're going to be investing around $7 to $8 billion dollars in their original content. So, for example, one of the Netflix original movies that came out recently, which is called Bright, it has Will Smith starring in it. It cost around $100 million. It's one of their most expensive movies they produced. Wow. But obviously Netflix has a lot of stuff they do for themselves, like obviously Stranger Things. Sweet but a short but sweet relationship. We can't disagree that Disney did help gain a new audience and new subscribers, but of course the relationship didn't last for too long. Disney kind of piggybacked off Netflix for a while, and they decided to go their own path. But of course, Netflix is always determined to create and invest within new creators and for its own for new content to come forward.
Netflix and chill. Hey, okay. Wait, hold on. Yeah. Okay. So with over 100 million subscribers, just like Eva mentioned. No, stay. Come on. You good? Yeah. With over 100 million subscribers and thousands of password writers, I'm sure some of you borrow passwords from your friends. Yeah. It's okay. I do. Netflix has a huge audience and thousands of people that use their services. They're the biggest streaming service within their industry, and a lot of people use them. So here are some of the numbers. What Netflix does nationally, which would then be the US, and then the amount of subscribers they have internationally. So the thing is for Netflix that contracts come and go, and just like you heard, Disney is leaving in 2019, and there are tons of other people that constantly take away their licenses of movies. So you have a lot of movies that come to Netflix and a lot of movies that are leaving Netflix on the daily. What did Netflix do to solve that issue? Well, in 2013, Netflix started Netflix Originals. This means that Netflix is creating an original exclusive content that can only be found on Netflix, basically. And this largely increase the number of subscribers that they have. The first show that they launched in 2013, next slide please, was House of Cards, which went on to bring great success, win a lot of Grammys, and then great failure. But you know, Death Before Dishonored, they canceled the show right when things started going south with the main actor. I know some of you have heard about it. Some really bad accusations of what's to come. Thanks. Okay, so here are some of Netflix original content, and some of them that are doing really well, some of them that are out now, and some that are yet to be published. And then a couple more at the bottom. House of Cards, which I already mentioned. Stranger Things 2, which is doing really well right now. So did the previous season. And then The Punisher, which is yet to come, but it's coming in the next couple of days, and it should also be a hit. Some of the other stuff that Netflix has produced over the last couple of years is Luke Cage, and among some other stuff. Now, you must wonder, because my part is about original content, how does Netflix approach and how does Netflix choose the content that they'll exclusively stream to you? So basically, the process is that Netflix goes, just like all other big studios and producers, they go and they place bids. In order to acquire House of Cards back in 2013, Netflix started in 2011 to negotiate with the studio that produced House of Cards, and they bid about 100 million to acquire the show. Now, a lot of the time, Netflix outbidded pretty much everybody, huge TV networks, and a lot of other streamers and people within the industry, which brings a lot of success to just Netflix on their part. Okay, in 2013, Netflix also started negotiations with Marvel to bring forward some of the less knower characters of Marvel, which in negotiations gave Netflix a contract with Marvel of 4 originals, which would be Jessica Jones, Luke Cage, Daredevil, and Iron Fist, that guy, yeah. In 2015, they launched these shows, and that again increased a lot of Netflix subscriptions and brought Netflix to a completely different level, which also benefited Marvel a lot. Because of the huge success of most of these shows, they added 2 more to the list. So this is where The Punisher came in, and they also added The Defenders, which was a mix of the 4 superheroes that I mentioned before. Next slide. Yeah. Okay, so Netflix didn't only have success stories. Netflix also had some terrible fails. Among all the shows that Netflix has produced a couple shows that have been discontinued, and I'll let you know how some of them. Some of them are Hemlock, Groove, Flake, Marseille, Between, Richie Rich, Cooked, Chelsea, and Sense8. These are some of the fails that Netflix had, and yeah, basically the problem is with the term Netflix originals is that Netflix has basically had an entire, well, basically what Netflix used to do is that they used to just buy the license to exclusively stream content, but they didn't necessarily own it. So House of Cards belongs to a different studio. Orange is the New Black belongs to Lionsgate, and for a lot of these shows, they still have the right to sell them on DVD or Blu-ray. Basically, Netflix has realized that it's better to own your own production. So from there on, Netflix went to creating their own content completely. So they don't just own the license to stream these shows, but they also own the content exclusively. So some of the stuff that Netflix went on to do now is that they, Beast of No Nation and a lot of other movies. And Netflix has recently also acquired some space in Hollywood to produce their own content. Like if I mentioned they borrowed about 6 billion that they're going to put towards their Netflix original content for the next couple of years, which should bring the company on a completely different note. And just to end, yeah, so with the fast development, it's easy to say that Netflix and their success can never really be measured financially because the company remains in debt. However, the fast-paced company of the fast growth of the company in terms of subscribers and content is revolutionary.
Thanks, Jay. Netflix, Amazon Prime, the 2 best streaming services out there, bringing you the latest and the best content. And that's why in my part today, we're going to answer the big question: which subscription should you get? And up first is none other than Netflix. That's a new logo for 2014-2015, what you should see. Netflix has always been defined by what they are, their great services, and that's why they came here. And speaking of great content, you always come at a price, literally. Netflix comes at 3 options: basic, standard, and premium. However, all of this, even though they sound all different, they come in with 4 perks that are the same. You will have all access to the library, films, to the shows, to the blockbusters, all for free. 1 month free trials, 3-second buffering time. No longer have to wait 1 minute, just free to watch the movie, and you can cancel anytime. Only difference is that basic, for $5.99, you will have access to your films at standard definition. SD perfect for your phones and to your small tablets. And for HD, can you go back 1 slide, please? For HD, for $7.99, have access to HD perfect for your phone, all the way to your PC, Mac, or to the projectors. That's perfect for you, and you can stream up to 2 screens at the same time, so you and your friends. And then for premium, this guy. You're definitely gonna love the number 4 if you take premium, because not only you will have access to HD, but also to Ultra HD, otherwise known as 4K. If you like watching superhero films, they're gonna jump out of your screen, and not just that, you can stream up to 4 screens at a time. 4 people around the world sharing the same account. And also you can have other people in your account, up to 15 more users in one account. So there you go. That's for sharing. Next slide, please. And then I spoke a lot about SD, HD, and 4K. So essentially SD is, let's say, 480p. That's going to be my phone. And if I play this on a projector, it's going to be blurry. So you really need to think about which platform you're using and how good it would look like. And if that was me personally, I would choose HD because you can't play 4K if you don't have a 4K TV. So there's that. Moving on. And now for the cons. Actually, these cons are what makes Netflix great. You don't have a lot of it. And more of them are a bit more indirect, especially with the seasons. Since they're funding it, the next season could come in from 1 or 2 years. So that's a very long time to wait, especially if you're only into one kind of seasons. And also, they're not very early with the latest release of the new films. And other competitors such as Now TV will have it first. So let's say Deadpool 2 is coming out, they will come first. So Netflix has to try and bit harder on that. And next time you know, your friend might be spoiling it for you on the next day. Moving on. And now for the rivals, the infamous Amazon Prime. Amazon Prime has been launched in 2005, but the streaming services has been introduced in 2011. And for the next couple of years, they almost rivaled the stats of Netflix in terms of its name in the community. And also Amazon Prime also comes, you have 3 options, but this one's a little bit more different. Prime Video for $5.99 will have you access to the entire library in HD. No SD, no 4K, just in HD. But for $7.99, you can then get the whole Amazon Prime experience with that infamous free 1-day delivery, 2-day, same day, next day, and ebooks, streaming music, and all the films, and also Black Friday deals. It's coming up, so better get that ready. And for Prime, if you like it for 1, 2, or 3 months, how about taking it on for 12 months? And for 12 months, it's only for £79, and it's as if you're only paying £6.58. But I've got a little bit of a surprise. Everyone in this room can get that surprise except our 2 teachers at the back, because that is Amazon Prime students. And if you're a student with that .edu account, you don't have to pay £79, you can pay for it half price. And that's £3.25 per month, a bit more expensive than my lunch. So that means if I can just start for 1 day, I can pay for that every month. Access to all exclusive Prime deals, 1-day delivery for 6 months free. You know? And also, I can see a lot of gamers over here. Amazon has bought Twitch. That's what hence making Twitch Prime. And every game that's linked with Twitch can have exclusive contents that you can get for bonus. That's why I know you gamers love spending money, but this time you don't have to spend a single penny because of Twitch Prime. Terms and conditions apply. Next slide, please. And for the cons, I'm very similar to Netflix. They also do their own series. Let's say the Grand Tour. Anyone watch Grand Tour? Yeah. There you go. Yeah, Mr. Robert. The next seasons will always come in a year, second time. Of course, that's production, but again, it's very indirect. And I love using Amazon Prime. However, movies that's there, it's not very consistent. They love removing films that are old or maybe not very current. I was watching Pacific Rim, now it's gone. But I heard that it's gonna come back again. So just be prepared that most of the movies won't be there for the exact whole year. And also some rent and buy could be looking a bit more expensive than its other competitors. And they don't have the exclusive that the big names of Netflix, but many people actually think that they're gonna get it on Amazon, but it's very exclusive. Moving on. And the verdict. That looks like they got 2 logo. Okay, moving on again. Okay, now let's go with the boring numbers. According to CNBC, they did the research for me. Now blue for Amazon Prime and red for Netflix. As you can see here at the bottom, are the ratings for 5 stars and the numbers of movies on the y-axis. And you can see Amazon Prime is the clear winner in terms of 5-star ratings. But in contrast to how many people are watching it, the actual running time of the films, Netflix is the king. Now Amazon won't even reach that. One can say is that with Netflix, you're gonna enjoy the shows more. They got more shows that's running for longer, and I don't think you're gonna watch a show for 1 hour if you're not gonna like it. You only need 5 minutes to like something, and according to CNBC, some of these 5-star ratings can come only with 1 person, and that's from 1 country. Let's say there's a lot of countries, a lot of cities, And so that 5 stars can come with 1 or 2 reviews. And now Netflix, being a sole streaming movie service, has racked up over 100 million members. But Amazon Prime, only being multi-purpose, not just one, multi-purpose, will have over 80 million members. Okay. And also, and personally, if my girlfriend is coming over, or your boyfriend, or maybe it's the in-laws that's gonna come over for dinner, and you really want to avoid that really awkward time, the one night can count. So who can you count on? In my opinion, and that would be Netflix. Unless you have a really good time, and that's why we have Netflix and chill. You guys know what I mean? And now for Amazon Prime, me as a student, and I have my hobbies, Amazon Prime will be my best buddy because it always comes in a year. We have only Wednesday and Thursday, so really want that one-day delivery. And I'm not really big on the TV series, so this would suit my needs. And going back to the first question, which subscription is the best for you? And I hope I'll help you answer that question. Thank you guys for watching.
Okay, any questions?
Oh, who wants to look at the references?
Yes, please.
Good.
Lecturer would like to see your references.
Okay, so
Also.